Today's adventure starts 70 k's north of Perth at Wilbinga Conservation Park. It is right on our doorstep, access to sandy four-wheel drive terrain, landing you on the beach at the end. Recently, the young family and I have been out caravanning and camping and checking out some amazing places to four-wheel drive. But it's my husband Luke who's often behind the wheel, doesn't often let me have a turn. So today we're out in Wilbinga to check things out, and I've got Richard from Adventure Off-Road Training to help me out. One of my biggest fears being out here in the heat and amongst the sand is getting the car bogged. We're only just on the bumpy road in and 60% confident, 40% nervous right about now. As a newbie to the four-wheel drive world, it was important to get some basic skills to equip me with the confidence to get going on my first adventure. Richard's going to help run me through some of the simple things I might encounter and how to get out of them when on the tracks. Richard, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. Look, I hope you're patient, because you're going to have to be patient with me today. It's my first time really tackling four-wheel driving. What are you going to run me through today?
Okay, so we're going to go through the various things we're going to need to know about sand driving. First of all, gear and selection. Obviously, you've already aired down your tyres. I saw you doing that, but we'll adjust those tyres a bit later to more match your vehicle to the sand appropriately. And we're going to go through driving up sand dunes, driving down sand dunes, on the beach, and if you get stuck, how to get yourself out.
Now, I'm on pretty strict instructions to get the husband's car home in one piece. Can you confirm that for me?
We will get you back. No problem at all.
You're a good man, Richard. Let's get started. So I was following in quite closely behind Richard, like I was told to do, and I tried to take on quite a big, soft, sandy hill, and I've got myself bogged. Richard, you said I might have to drop the tyre pressures more in case a bog happens, and it's happened.
Well, there you go. So basically, as we've driven in, the tyres would have come up in temperature and therefore pressure, and that's probably what half the problem is. But what we're going to do is drop them down to a pressure that's going to get you up here, maybe reverse you back down and just have a nice smooth trundle up to the top. So let's get those tyres down to where they should be.
So there's no need for the recovery tracks in a situation like this?
Not yet.
All right. So what are we dropping it down to now then?
Okay, so we're going to adjust it for a more suitable pressure for your vehicle, and that can vary. So what we will do is we'll get the backs down a little bit more than they were. This one's we're going to check the tyre pressure and make sure it's at the optimum pressure. We might need to drop it down a couple of PSI, but that's it.
I knew this would happen.
What's that?
It just wouldn't go smoothly for me.
Why?
No, just, you know,
this is
husband's car.
This is sand driving. No, you haven't bogged it already.
All right. Take two, getting back up the hill that I just got bogged on. We've brought those tyre pressures down a bit more thanks to Richard, and let's see how I go.
Ready, nice and smooth build and maintain all the way to the top.
All right, Richard, here we go. I got there, baby, woohoo! All right, Richard, now this makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm about to tackle my first big hill behind me. Have we checked what's on the other side?
We have, so that's always important. So if you've never driven a sand dune before, always check what's on the other side. Either walk up, or if you can get around the other side before you drive over, have a look. But yeah, we've checked it out, and it is on the edge, but it's certainly drivable.
Now, you would look at that and think the first thing I've got to do when I approach it is floor it. That's wrong, isn't it? That
certainly is. Yeah,
right.
You don't need to floor something to get up a hill like this. Keeping the wheels in contact with the ground, a steady, consistent amount of momentum is fine. Absolutely tearing it up the hill is not a good idea.
All right, let's give it a go. I'm not going to lie, a sandy hill climb does make me a little bit nervous, but knowing that Richard's there to guide me along the way makes things a little bit easier.
Okay, so we're going to get Dani up the hill now. So nice, smooth, consistent power input. That's the key to getting up a sand dune, not jabbing at the throttle. And all the way to the top, where we just ease off, down over the other side, and let's see how that works. Okay, Dani, so we're going to get you up the hill now. So nice and smooth application of power, build, 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 and then maintain.
Richard, I'm ready to tackle Mount Everest. Over.
Build it up, build it up.
Keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Just maintain, just keep it smooth. There you go.
Oh.
Ease up at the top.
Getting to
There
the
you
top.
are. All the way to the
Yeah,
top.
baby. Woohoo! I did it. How'd I go, Richard?
You did really well. How did that make you feel?
Do you know what? I was actually surprised how slow I went as I was going up. You would assume you just, floor it, but didn't have to do that at all, and I got to the top quite easily.
Yeah, so it's all a big misconception. So yes, there are times when you need a little bit more pace, and if it doesn't work first time, come back, keep your wheels straight, come back down the wheel tracks, smooth it, add a little bit more. You can incrementally build it. You don't have to hit the hill at Mach 10. But how's the confidence doing now?
Well, I'm feeling pretty confident, and I had a big adrenaline rush when I got to the top of the hill and took the corner, so pretty much do anything. Where do you want to go next, Rich?
Well, now we're going to knock that confidence down a little bit. We're going to get you bogged.
Oh, no.
so we're going to teach you how to get yourself out, because that's the thing that most people worry about down on the beach, is getting bogged, the ocean taking the car. So just keep it nice and cool and calm, and we'll teach you some tips to get your vehicle out without too much issue.
Let's give it a try. Something to be mindful of when you're forward driving is that you can get a flat tyre, and it's best to be prepared ahead of time. Richard, it's happened to me right now on this beautiful beach. How do we fix it?
Okay, we've got two choices. We can either change the spare wheel out, or we can plug the tyre itself. So that's what we're going to do in this instance. And the reason for this is that we could pick up another screw or nail, or even catch it on a rock on the way out, and that would mean that we'll require another spare. So by just utilising this isn't going to be a permanent fix. So once we get back to the road, we're actually going to change the wheel out, so you've got a safe drive on the way home, but then you'll need to get that tyre changed. Okay, so what we're going to do is use this is a Speedy Seal kit. It's a bit like threading a sticky string through the needle, and we pinch the end, we do that, and once we do that we can actually pull this through. So that sticky string sticks back on itself. We've got some soap in the kit here which we're going to use to help that push through, and it's nice and damp, so that's good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find the hole which we've already found, which is this side. We're going to actually ream that out with the reamer, so that's just a reamer there. And actually find that hole. I was just going to find it first. There we go. All right, so once we've reamed the hole out, we're going to use that basically tyre soap. We're going to put that tyre soap there, put that bit on there. That's just going to make it a bit slippery to pull through, and plug that with the reamer itself. As we push this lap back, it sets the actual sticky string as a plug in the tyre and fills the hole. Plugged.
Well, this is the part I've been waiting for all day, driving freely on the beach. It is awesome. The water is crystal blue.
Turn in uphill. Just keep the thermal straight.
Sorry, Richard. And I really can't believe we're doing this close to Perth. This was fairly simple territory to those that are really experienced in forward driving. But as a newbie, I just wanted the basic skills and a basic understanding of the things I might encounter on my first time on the beach. Oh no, I think I'm getting bogged. Oh, not again. Ah, no! Oh, no! She's bogged. Richard?
So how are we going?
Well, I can see sunlight through. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, so it means that you're not bellied on your chassis. We're going to use these max tracks to get the vehicle out, and we're going to show you a little technique so you don't have to do much digging at all. It just involves reversing the vehicle back, tucking the max tracks down underneath the wheels, and literally driving the vehicle out. So I'll get you to hop back into the vehicle. I'm going to get you to back it up very, very slightly, and we'll get you up the hill. All right, so we're going to go put it into reverse. We'll just reverse back till you feel the vehicle lift, okay? Okay, so you felt it lift. So now we're going to tuck these underneath the wheels. Now, if you've got side steps, put the max tracks in at an angle like so. Kick it in with your heel. Just fold it back underneath this, just so it bites on the tyre.
Yeah.
Now we're ready to drive out. So first gear, low range, gently cruise out.
All right.
Nice and smooth.
Recover me max tracks.
Drive, 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 drive. There you go.
Richard, thank you so much for today. I had a ball and I definitely wouldn't have got here without you. And look at it, it's beautiful.
You can't get better than this, can you?
No, you absolutely cannot. Thank you again.
No problem at all.
We have had a cracking day out here in Wilbinga and we've reached our destination, driving freely along the beach amongst these crystal blue waters. If you're a newbie like me, I highly recommend a four-wheel drive course just to give you that confidence and feel for preparation ahead of your next off-road adventure. Might see you out here sometime. To take a four-wheel drive course of your own, just like mine today, visit Richard from Adventure Off-Road Training.